Well, after a long time in early access, Broforce is officially finished. Now I can make a fair review. Now, when you're reviewing something like Broforce, where do you even start? If you're somehow not already familiar with it, merely describing it will be enough to get you to buy it. I'll give my own thoughts and analysis regardless. Why? Fuck you, that's why. So let's begin by looking into this game's history. Broforce was developed by Free Lives and published by Devolver Digital, who you may recognise as the publishers of every awesome game ever, and was released on early access on Steam on the 7th of April 2014. And as of the 15th of October 2015 it is out of early access and has been released as a full game. The game is a side-scrolling shooter which resembles Contra and Metal Slug. The twist is, it comes with every awesome action hero, with a bro pun in their name to avoid copyright. Even really, really obscure ones. Basically, this is Rageaholic Cinema, the video game. But does this all work? Is the game fun? Or does it just get stale? I don't fucking know. The story of Broforce is as follows.
Terrorism! Go to Iraqi Vietnam and stop there!
That's pretty much it, but that's really all you need. How do all these characters coexist? Fuck you, it's Broforce. Now, I'm not saying that story isn't important. In this case it isn't, but story and context can add so much to an interactive experience, and don't let any troglodyte tell you otherwise. Some games would be utterly mediocre, or in some cases outright bad in my opinion, if it weren't for the story. In this case, Broforce is one of those games where the opposite is true. The lack of context is its strength. Kinda like Hotline Miami. In Hotline Miami, the lack of context was used to great effect to create a disorienting experience. In a hangover style, what the hell is going on sort of way. You have to figure stuff out amidst the chaos. In Broforce, this is used for a more comedic effect. You have no idea who you're fighting or why, all you know is that they're terrorists. This just makes the game even more daft and cartoony. I feel like, as well as being really stupid, the game seems to be taking the piss out of how Americans perceive other countries and their own wars. Everything down to the map showing Big Ben at the border between England and Scotland, to the Eiffel Tower being at the border between France and Spain, to Africa having no cities, to Canada having fucking mud huts. It's hard not to feel like they're taking a jab at American ignorance. I mean, there's a country called Iraqistan. Hey! I said that first! Also, you've got countries like Arstotzka. Oh, I get it. This really just adds to the comedy. It's actually quite witty in a way. This game isn't just all horrible bro puns. The real meat of the game is in the gameplay, and it's bloody exceptional. Every gun feels satisfying, every bro is uniquely balanced, and every enemy is fun to fight, and thanks to the destructible terrain, every level has an almost infinite number of routes. The game seems to be trying to capture the likeness of Contra and Metal Slug, and it most certainly succeeds, from the varied weapons to the difficulty of dying in one hit. But this game is never frustrating, on normal mode at least, because you can actually fucking see the enemy bullets coming towards you, unlike Contra. The best way to sell you on the game is to simply describe the bros, so I will in order of appearance. Rambro is a play on Rambo. He has an assault rifle, can throw grenades, and has a knife. Bromando from Commando has a rocket launcher, can beggars bazooka those rockets, and he too has a knife. Fuck it, it's Mr. T. He has a flamethrower, incendiary grenades, and for his melee, he gives you a Glasgow kiss. Brodell Walker from Walker Texas Ranger has a shotgun, can call in airstrikes, and has a kick. However, if you go back, forward, then melee, you'll do a roundhouse kick, because you're Chuck Norris. Brohard, or as I like to call him, Fanny Face McGee from Die Hard, is my personal favourite. He has 2 SMGs with short range, but such a rapid rate of fire that they vaporise everything. His grenades stun enemies, which are good for those fuck that noise enemies you can't be bothered fighting, and he can pistol whip you. McBrover from MacGyver uses dynamite and a turkey with a bomb up its arse which he stole from ISIS's Thanksgiving. He also looks exactly like Dave Mustaine for some reason. Braid from Blade will slash you faster than an angry Rangers fan and does a weird flying move. Bro Dredd from Judge Dredd has a pistol with homing bullets and a guided missile. He also has a taser. Snake Broskin from Escape from New York has an amazingly useful sniper rifle, and Molotovs that have the same effect on the heavies as reality has on the Flat Earth Society. The Brominator from the Terminator, I bet you're fucking glad I clarified that one for you. He has a minigun which does a great deal of damage but launches him back. He can also activate an ability making him invincible and preventing the minigun's knockback. He also uppercuts terrorists with the same force Brett Keane uses on his wife. Robocop from Robocop. I know, I'm a fucking genius. He has a pistol which he can charge up, a USB port from Wishaw, and an ability which is almost always completely fucking useless. Indiana Brones has a whip which scares enemies but isn't very effective, although it provides excellent mobility. Perfect for speedruns. He also has the most overpowered revolver since an ambassador with an aimbot, and a pickaxe for more effective digging. You know, in case guns just aren't quite enough. Ash Broliums from the Evil Dead series has a boomstick, a chainsaw arm, and likes to go batshit with temporary invulnerability. Mr. Underbro from The Matrix punches people and can throw bullets back at you. He can also dash in the air, which is also very useful for speedruns. The Boondock Bros from the Boondock Saints have pistols and fire quite rapidly, but fire much faster when one of them dies. If one of them dies, you can use an ability to resurrect them, and if neither dies, you can summon Billy Conley to help you. Brochetti from Machete throws knives. His ability throws multiple knives in any direction, and his melee violently disembowels heavies in one shot. Bronan the Barbarian from Conan is another melee character but with far more destructive capabilities. Ellen Ripbro from Alien has an explosion gun thing instead of a pulse rifle for some reason. She also has a flamethrower. Now take a guess what she's good against. Time Bro has a burst fire gun which at this point should really belong to Ellen, and he can slow down time. Unlike a high five in multiplayer though, when he slows down time, he still moves at the same speed. Broniversal Soldier from the Universal Soldier can resurrect dead allies and enemies. He also has a semi-auto rifle, and he can do a split kick, because just like Time Cop, he is the muscles from Brussels. Colonel James Broddock from Missing in Action, or just Chuck Norris again, has a grenade launcher with the option of a slightly overdone grenade. And of course, a roundhouse kick. Cherry Brolin from Planet Terror has a gun for a leg, which may seem useless, but you can effectively fly through a level. She's not the best in combat, but she provides brilliant mobility. Bro Max from Mad Max has a bulletproof boomerang and a flamethrowing shotgun.
I have several questions.
Now, Max's shotgun barely ever works in the series, and that's even when it has ammo in it. In Mad Max 2, he uses a dud shell and it sparks up, so I guess this is just an exaggerated version of that? I have no idea. But keep in mind I haven't seen Beyond Thunderdome. Maybe he has a flamethrower shotgun in that one. I don't know. Let me know. The Broad from Kill Bill can use a sword, which if spammed can increase your speed. And she can also punch you so hard that you explode. And there's an achievement for doing that to Satan. Double Bro 7 from James Bond has a silenced pistol and various gadgets. A martini for distracting people, a jetpack, a laser watch, and a disguise. Hey, Spectre was shite! Brodator from The Predator has some awesome harpoons for impaling people. He can also go invisible, explode people, and his melee skins people and hangs them from any nearby ceiling. The Broketeer from The Rocketeer sucks balls through a squiggly straw. His pistol does fuck all damage, his jetpack does little damage, and his main ability is wildly inaccurate. Brohart from Braveheart, fucking Scotland, has a big claymore which he can lob at you in a cry of freedom that makes me foam at the mouth every time. What makes him so fucking perfect is the American flag coming from his mouth and the eagle noise that follows. The Brofessional from The Professional has the same pistol as James Bond. He seems to be able to call in what I assume is a sniper, but his main useful attribute is his ability to teleport through walls and instantly stab someone using his melee, with varying success. And that's all of them. The maps are extremely varied, from jungles to cities to alien hives to demon-ridden cities, and with the game's online level editor, you'll never be short of something to do. You can also enjoy multiple playthroughs on hard mode, Iron Bro mode, or if you're fucking mental, both at once. I adore this game, from its addictive gameplay to its perfect ending, but the tiny problems I have with it are in the multiplayer. This is another game where you can't join friends directly through Steam. Also, as of right now, the netcode is fucked. Look at this ping! The guy I'm playing with lives in the same small town as me. Also, the camera system is buggy as fuck. It's pot luck as to who it follows in multiplayer. Now, I can understand this for local, but the fact that it occurs online is Lark Hall levels of retarded. How hard would it be for the camera on my screen to track me, and the camera on my friend's screen to track him? Or her! The final boss, while epic and fun, reaches unfair levels at certain points, and the levels that get bombed are incredibly frustrating. That's literally everything negative I have to say about this game. To conclude, I find it weird giving such an intentionally daft game such a high rating, but it deserves it. What should have been a gimmicky, play for 5 minutes and leave sort of game is surprisingly excellent at what it does. Take out the recognisable characters and you've still got a really fun side-scroller. Broforce gets 94%. See you next time.